Hey, good morning, y'all. I just wanted to come on here and just give some words of encouragement for, you know, the day. It may not start out great, it may not end great, but either way, I want to encourage you to just continue making your steps. Continue making your steps. It may be hard to take every step that you're taking, but you know what? God is faithful. God is faithful, and He will make certain that you have everything you need. You might not have everything you want, and things may not happen in the time that you want it to happen. But the kind of God that we serve is a God that keeps His promises, right? He's a God that knows what the right timing for everything is. And He doesn't go by our time. He doesn't go by when we want things to happen. And a lot of times when things happen when we think we want them to happen, we end up, not really using them to the best of our abilities, or, in the best ways. So again, I just want to encourage you, please don't give up. No matter what might take place today, whether it's, someone trying to get in your way of like progressing or being negative, or just anything that might take place, your car breaking down, maybe you lose your job. Just continue to take your steps, one foot in front of the other. If it means, getting up to read a book, if it means, taking the trash out, if it means like going for a walk, or if it means that you're at your job that you hate so very much, just do whatever you can by just doing the work that they hired you to do. It may be like, screw this job, they don't deserve the hard work I put in. But if you're doing your part and you're being faithful, no matter what someone else is doing or how they're trying to get in the way, God is going to work. The word says that all things are going to work together for our good. So even if everything is falling apart right now, it's going to work for your good eventually. And that's what I have to believe, because someone broke in my car. I live in a shelter right now, and someone broke into my vehicle. And thank God they didn't break the window, but I don't even know how these people got into my car. My windows were left open last night, and I didn't leave them open. I always, when I leave my car, because of the area we're in, I always make sure my windows are wind up, and that I use my key fob to click to make sure the alarm sounds, that I can hear it. And when I came to my car this morning, my back windows both were all the way down, and my doors were unlocked. And so I have decided that I'm not going to allow the devil to get the best of me. Whatever they were looking for, however they got in my vehicle, whether they went in my room and got my key and unlocked my door, and while I was inside, because once I go inside, I stay inside. Unless it's like not, if it's not dark, because after 5 o'clock it's starting to get dark. Like, it's looked like midnight outside at 5 o'clock. So most of the time I just go in and I stay in. So I'm pretty sure people, they clock you and see what your routine is, especially if they have bad intentions. And even though it's not all right, because that's a violation, not just to me but to my child, because my kid rides in this vehicle as well. But whatever they were looking for, I hope they found it. I hope they find it, and I hope that it brings them whatever they are looking for. But what I do know is God has brought me this far, because things could have been much worse in my life, but they're not. They're not. I could have been on the streets. Last night it was raining. Me and my kid could have been in the rain last night, but we weren't. So one thing I'm learning to do is not to let people have control over my emotions, because I'm a very sensitive person. I tend to walk with my emotions, or if they say your heart on your sleeve, I do that, and it's cost me a lot. So I'm learning how to stop doing that, to let people it affect me, because for me, I'm a very I guess people would say I'm an empath, but I don't really know if that's true or not. But you know, I feel people's energies, and I just don't want to let people take my power anymore. So I wanted to take my steps. I want to keep taking my steps, and let the enemy sees that no matter what or how he tries to get in my way and create barriers and try to distract me, I'm going to trust my Father. I'm going to trust my God. I'm going to trust my Savior, because God planned it so Jesus could die on the cross for my sins, you know. And that isn't for me to take and say, you know what, I'm going to continue to put my focus on people and what they're doing. And no, my faith will only grow, and my relationship with my Father will only get stronger if even in the worst of times, I'm keeping my eye on him, and that I'm letting myself use my faith to just keep me pushing forward. Because God says that, you know, vengeance is his. And I just want to leave it. I want to leave it and put it in his hands. I want it to be where the enemy is going to be like, who is this person? Because I normally, I get really, you know, I get really aggressive when I feel violated. And that doesn't work out very well, you know, because then it just makes me look like the worst person, you know. It always works against me. So I'm just going to allow God to use this for my good in the end, and I'm going to trust that he will continue to help me grow through this process. You know, I believe he's been trying to humble me, because I've lived in a life where I couldn't rely on anyone, not friends, not family. You know, none of the adults in my life, I couldn't rely on them. And, you know, they didn't protect me, you know, and I just have always been in the space where I felt like I can only rely on myself. So everything that I've done, I felt like I was the only one that could do it for myself. So I became very prideful. To be honest, I became very prideful. So, not to get off subject, I just want you to understand that all things will work together for our good. And I'm believing and trusting God that he did not bring me this far to fail me and to leave me. So he provided for me throughout my prideful days, my sinful days, when I was very stubborn and disobedient. So I don't believe he won't provide for me now. I believe and truly trust, and learning how to trust, that he will continue to provide for me, even in, you know, the lowest of my times. So I believe my future is going to be better than my past. So I'm just encouraging you to just keep taking your steps. Keep doing what you know you can do. Even it doesn't have to be an entire list of tasks, but even if you get 1 or 2 things done for the day, if it was something more than what you was able to do yesterday, girl, my friend, you did it. Just keep putting your foot, you know, just keep taking whatever steps you can take until you're able to do more. And the more you do your part, is the more God is going to show up. So I pray that you have a great day and be blessed. Shalom.